Welcome to the SFG Virtual Mentor. I'm going to walk you through how to use the Virtual Mentor, run a couple illustrations to demonstrate how it works, and also point out some things that you need to be aware of that this does not take into account. Again, this is a guide. It's not the end-all, be-all, 100% accurate all the time. There are certain health issues that maybe if they're combined that would decline somebody, that this is not going to take into account. You know, if there's multiple health issues, maybe individually they would be okay, but when you combine them all, they might get declined. So if there's multiple health issues, you always want to do a risk assessment, call the underwriter, and find out if that person would qualify. But this will at least give you a highlighted overview on who to start with and who to call to find that stuff out. So I'm going to quickly run an illustration for somebody that's, let's say they're in Tennessee, 5 feet, let's say 8 inches, 58 years old, 230 pounds. So this is going to take into consideration height and weight. So if they're over the height and weight tables, it's not going to pull those options up. Also, obviously, health issues, it won't pull those options up if they don't qualify. So I'm going to say disabled. I'm going to say that they have diabetes, and for right now, we'll leave it at that. Let's say that they were diagnosed after age 50. Let's say that they are taking insulin, but they started taking insulin after age 50. And the reason for disability, is it maternity, fractures, spinal, back disorders, knee replacements? I'm going to say it was for a back disorder. Real quick on the diabetes, there are some extra questions that you do need to kind of be aware of. For example, neuropathy. If they are diabetic, make sure you're asking questions like, do they have neuropathy or tingling in the feet? That could make a difference on whether they get approved, even if they are on insulin. So this guide should help you. If you're new, it should help you kind of be aware of what questions you should be asking the client to know what they would qualify for. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search. And it's going to come up with the top 3 recommended. So each of the products have different tiers, a tier 1 product, tier 3, tier 4, and it's going to put them in those orders. So this client in particular should qualify for the Mutual of Omaha Term Express. This is a really good product. But again, I would always do a risk assessment, especially if you're new and you're unsure, if you're not 100% sure that they would qualify. The underwriter could, if nothing else, give you some questions that you should ask the client when you meet with them, just to make sure they do qualify for this product. And that information's right here. The underwriter's phone number is right here. Email is right here. Now, if you're kind of questioning the build chart, so maybe they told you 230, but maybe you're kind of wondering, is it really 230? Maybe it could be 250. You could click on the height and weight chart and look and say, okay, 5'10", table 2 is 262, table 4 is 289. So, if they don't have a lot of health issues, then this 289 could be okay. But if they have multiple health issues, this could actually be the weight maximum that they would qualify for if they have multiple health issues. So this the height and weight can kind of help you with that, the build chart. Agent guides are always good to look through. If there's certain medications that you need to just make sure they're on. If they're on a certain medication for, let's say, blood pressure, if they're on a blood thinner or something, then you can open up the agent guide here and get more details on certain health issues that may or may not be, may not qualify, certain medications, certain occupations, firemen, law enforcement, things like that. So the agent guide can give you a little bit more detail that the virtual mentor, is not taking into account. The sales training videos, some of the products will have sales training videos. So some of these are going to be just general, how to present mortgage protection, how to present critical periods. Some of them are product specific, but not all of them. The product videos are going to be product specific. So if you want to watch a video on this specific product, maybe it'll highlight some of the I guess, unique advantages of these products, then the product guide can help with that. You can also click on the product itself, the name of the product, and get more details, kind of highlights. Those were really just taken out of the product guide itself, so, or the agent guide. So agent guide can always give you more information there. If there is mobile quoting tools, which pretty much almost all of the products now have mobile quoting tools, then you can click on this and it would pull up the mobile quoting site for Mutual of Omaha. So the mobile quoting site will work on a desktop or on a phone. And this product guide, the virtual mentor, will work on any phone also. So you can easily run a quote for whatever product you're looking at there. And then if you need to get the application, some of these products will take you to the, if you click on application, it might take you to the e-application, the e-app, which is always recommended. But if you're first time writing with this company, then you want to do a paper application until you have an agent number. So if you click on application, it will take you to Symmetry's site where you can select your company and actually get the actual paper application for your state. So you would just kind of pick whatever, this is a Term Express. So you want to find the application for Term Express and click paper application. Even from here, they've got options to go into the e-app if you need to, or up here as well. Now, let's say that you're not doing mortgage protection. Not all these products would make sense for final expense. So you can always go back and, if you want to just select final expense as the product type, then it would only give you final expense. And again, remember down here on the right, you can click here to display all available products. So it's going to give you the top 3 recommended, but there might be more that they actually qualify for. So now, in most cases, you're never going to use these because these are going to be higher tiered products. And if you could get them qualified for a lower tier, it's probably going to be more affordable, immediate death benefits rather than graded. So there's certain reasons why they're up here at the top. So I'd probably stick to these top 3 in most cases, unless your manager, recommends otherwise. Now, if there's certain, again, with these riders, if there's certain riders, as you get into learning the different products, there's some riders that are really attractive and really good selling points. So like, critical illness, return premium. Sometimes you may want to, if you're doing a universal life or something, there may be some reasons why you want to only be looking at those products. So you can do that as well. Now, one last thing, if there is multiple health issues, so let's say they have diabetes, they've got heart issues, they've got digestive issues. Let's say they had gastric bypass, or let's say diverticulitis, it was acute, ulcers. So some of these by themselves wouldn't disqualify anybody, but if they've got a ton of issues, then let's say blood pressure. If you have multiple, it's going to come up with. It will still display options. In this case, they wouldn't qualify for anything other than accidental death, but. Some cases they might still have some products that come up, but it does let you know, due to multiple health issues, these results may not be accurate. We recommend calling an underwriter and doing a risk assessment to make sure they qualify before writing an application. So again, if they have multiple health issues, make sure you're always, and I'd recommend calling an underwriter anyway, but especially if there's multiple health issues, the results may not be accurate because it may not be taking into consideration all of the combinations. So But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to quickly go into if you are a manager, then you're going to be managing your users, and you can control what products and what companies show up in the search results. So when you get an email, and I'm gonna go to I'm actually going to log out. And when your users, when your agents create an account, they need to go down here and click create an account. And when they select sales agent, they've got to select who their manager is. So your name should be on here once you're approved and in the system. But I'm going to log in as a manager. And under the user management, I can go through and see all of my agents that have created an account. Now, I've already approved all these, so they're all, it says active right here in green. If I hadn't approved them, they would not be active, and I would need to activate them. But when they create an account, when they request a username, then you're going to get an email that looks similar to this. So-and-so is requesting access. To grant access, please click here. And it's going to take you to the virtual mentor. And you need to find that user. And I'm going to go ahead and edit here. You normally wouldn't. You could click edit, and it would take you into here. But I can select which companies I want to show up in the search results. So I would hold down the control button. See, if I don't hold down control, it just goes from one to another. But if I hold down control while I check, I can check multiple options there. So on this particular agent, I'm going to go ahead and give them access to all of them, but you don't have to. And then next to status, you need to make sure that's checked, and just kind of look over, make sure everything's accurate here. Once they become a manager, we can always change this to sales agent or sales manager, but right now it's a sales agent. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, normally I would click submit, but I just want to make sure I don't mess anything up, so I'm going to hit cancel now. But and then that person's going to get an email notifying them that they have been approved for the virtual mentor, and they'll be able to log in and start using it. There's going to be a few changes I'm going to make after this video. I'm going to make sure there's a box here for any feedback, any comments. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, recommendations, feel free to submit those. We're always wanting to make this virtual mentor better. So feel free to give feedback and any recommendations. All right, I guess that's it. So hope you guys find this tool useful, and look forward to hearing feedback on how it's helped your business.